Welcome to the video for the California Workforce Development Board's application walkthrough video for the Helping Justice Involved Reenter Employment Initiative. This initiative is applied for through the Cali Grants portal. In order to access the application, you will need to log in to the Cali Grants portal. In order to log in, click the Login button in the upper right-hand screen. If you have previously applied for an application through the Cali Grants portal, you may log in with your pre-existing username and password. If you are new to Cali Grants, please click Sign Up in the bottom right-hand corner. If your company has previously applied through Cali Grants and you are a new user, please have them add you via the Manage Users button. In order to create a new Cali Grants account, click on Sign Up in the bottom right-hand corner. From here, input your first name, last name, email, and company name. You will receive an email at the email you provided with instructions on how to log in and your password. Once you are ready to log in, you may go back to the login page. From here, input your username and your password and select Login. Once you've inputted your credentials, select Login. You will then be taken to the Cali Grants homepage. Notice the new tabs. You are now able to view Home, Funding Opportunities, Applications, Grants, Manage Users, as well as see your name in the upper right-hand corner. In order to view the application for the Hire initiative, you may either find it through clicking the CWDB button or selecting Funding Opportunities. Once you select Funding Opportunities, if your list view does not display CWDB Funding Opportunities, click the drop-down arrow in order to select the correct list view. In order to access the Hire initiative, select Helping Justice Involved Reenter Employment. Notice that listed is also the application due date, the agency name, the status, and the requested funding available. Click on the blue text to navigate to the funding opportunity. Once you are on the funding opportunity page, you may view further information and a description of the funding opportunity. Note the email at the bottom if you have any questions regarding this RFA. Once you are ready to apply, select the Apply button in the top right-hand corner. Now select your application category. For the purpose of this walkthrough, I will select Hire Program. Select Next. You will now be taken to the cover page. Once on the cover page, you will notice the red asterisks. If it's denoted with a red asterisk, it is a required field. The eye bubbles are meant as information bubbles. Hover over the eye to get further detail on the question. Next, select your project type. You may choose between the independent project type or the network project type. When selecting a network project type, you may need to select a role. You may either select the hub or the spoke. If you select spoke, you may only submit a spoke application if a previous hub application has been submitted. Click here to search for the hub application. For the purpose of this walkthrough, I will go forward with the hub application. Next, fill in your fields. You will need to fill out the information field, project costs, location, points of contact, and approval of authorized representative. When you are complete with the cover page, select Save. Once you select Save, your application will now create. You'll be taken to the home screen of the application. Note that before you can proceed with your application, you will need to agree to the acknowledgement. Once you've read the acknowledgement, select I agree. Click Proceed to confirm. You will then get a green success message. When you are back on the cover page, You may edit the cover page as needed. Simply click the pencil icon next to the field. When you're done making your edits, select Save at the bottom of the screen. Once you are finished editing the cover page, navigate to the narrative. Note at the top the directions for how to fill out the narrative sections. There are 8 narrative sections in total. There is a 3,000 character limit per narrative question. Each of the questions are required unless they say otherwise. Once you are complete with the narrative, select the Save button. You'll get a green success message. Navigate to the Outcomes and Deliverables. Once on the Outcomes and Deliverables, there are directions at the top for how to fill out this tab. Note that there is a 500 character limit per deliverables question. If you require additional space, you may click the Add button. This will add new text fields. If you do not need a text field, click on the trash can icon. This will delete the field. Once you are finished filling the section out, select Save. Moving on to the expend plan. Note the directions at the top of the expend plan. For application instructions, please refer to the Hire web page. All blue text denotes a link. If you click on the link, it will take you to that page. Note that when filling out the expend plan, the total subgrant amount in the grant funds column should total the amount requested. The project total should equal the project budget. You'll note that in Section 1 of the funding plan, my total subgrant amount is $20,000. As I scroll down in my expenditure plan and scroll to the bottom, my total is $20,000. Since these fields match, I can select Save. If these fields do not match, you'll receive an error message. Moving on to the next tab, on the budget narrative, note the directions at the top of this page. Scrolling down, fill out this section to match the values. Navigating to the budget narrative, note the directions at the top of this page. Note that the amount listed on the expend plan should reflect on your budget narrative. So for example, once I fill out my fields, as I scroll down, my grant award total will equal $20,000. This $20,000 is the same value as in my expend plan. Once I'm finished filling out my budget narrative, I will select Save. Once I'm finished with my budget narrative, I can move on to the supplemental budget. Note there is Section 1 for equipment, Section 2 for contractual services, Section 3 for subrecipient. Each section has their own Add and Save button. Note the blue text. These are links that will take you to these pages. Once you are finished with this tab, you may move on to the budget summary. Note that in your budget summary, the amounts allocated to the line items need to match the amounts allocated to the line items in the budget narrative. If we move back to our budget narrative, you'll notice I allocated $20,000 to operating expenses. When I go to my budget summary, I will need to input $20,000 under operating expenses. This number will then calculate at the bottom. Select Save when completed. Once complete with your budget summary, navigate to the work plan. For the work plan, you may refer to the RFA/Hire website for a tentative grant term. In order to add to a quarter, select the Add button. From here, you may fill out the objectives/activities and the estimated completion date. When selecting a date, you may change the years by clicking on the years and scrolling through. In order to pick a month, select the right or the left arrows to choose your month. When you select your date, the date will populate in the field. Select Save when complete. Once you've navigated to the participant plan, there is a table to fill in the number of participants per quarter in this section. Enter the data in any applicable fields. You'll notice that any numbers inputted here will total here at the end. Fill in these applicable questions. Once you are complete, select the Save button. You may now continue to Partner R&R. When filling out the Partner R&R, the total leverage/match funds should be consistent with the amount notated on the cover page, budget summary, and throughout the application where leveraged/match total is mentioned. You will notice I'm using that $20,000 amount as I listed in my previous sections. If I scroll down to the bottom, my total will also list the amount I have added. Once this has been completed, select Save. You may now navigate to the Documents tab. This is where you will upload all required documents. Required documents are denoted with a single asterisk. Optional or conditional are noted with a double asterisk. Please refer to the Hire Application Guide for additional information. Note the blue links are clickable in order to download the STD204 and the STD205. In order to download a document, select the Upload Files, select the document, and then it will be added. Only one document at a time may be added per selection. If you have additional documents to add, you may add them on the Other button or by selecting New. When you select New, fill in the document name, the document format, and any other or comments. Select Save to create the document. You may then add as needed. Once you are ready to submit your application, you may click the Submit button in the upper right-hand corner. If any errors, the application will notify you of what section is missing and what needs to be filled out. This may be due to an unfilled field or any amounts not matching up. Select Submit when you are ready to submit. Are you sure you want to submit the application? Select Yes. Your application has now submitted successfully. You will notice that the status bar has now updated to Application Submitted. In order to view a PDF of your application, either before or after you submit it, select Print View. This will open up a new tab where you can now view your application. In order to print this, right-click, select Print, and you will then get a pop-up window requesting you to select where you'd like your print application. For your destination, you can either click Save as PDF or a printer and select Save. That will then save the document onto your computer. Navigating back to the application, you can see that it is submitted and it is now complete. Once you have submitted your application, please await further instruction from CWDB staff. Thank you for your attention.